We live, baby. What's up, YouTube? It's your boy 728 Autos back in the building once again. I know it's been a minute since I've been on here, man, but I want to get on here and just kind of talk with y'all for a little bit. Not gonna be on here too long, man. Not gonna drag this out or what have you. But Ford introduced the brand new 2021, and I guess you can say 2020 Bronco. I mean, in my opinion, I'm not really too much worried about the small Bronco. What's up, Real New York? What's going on, homie? Yes, sir. Smash that like button for me, please. Uh, I mean, I'm more interested in the big Bronco. What's up, Jeep girl? The little Bronco really doesn't do anything for me. It's kind of like looks like a Renegade or whatever. I mean, it's kind of along the line of the Escape, but a square, more off-roady type. And I mean, to me, if you're gonna do it, get the big Bronco. Michael Corleone, what's going on, man? The Godfather in the building. Good to see y'all, man. I know I've been MIA for a little bit, but it's good to see y'all. Glad y'all in the building, man. Um, I'm gonna talk about that Bronco, man. I'm gonna talk about a couple of things actually, but really, I just want to get on here and let y'all know your boy's still alive, man. I know I've been MIA. I've been kind of I've been trying to put some. I got like a backlog of videos. I just haven't got them out yet. I got a new editing laptop. I still got my main PC over here, and I've been moving stuff around, and I really haven't been too motivated to do videos, to be honest with you, man, because I can't really get out there. So someone from Florida who knew I was from the Karen video, man, say that video, like, what was up with that lady? We were just out there trying to film an intro, and this lady just flipped out on us. And Jeep girl was like, I ain't finna have this. You know, she acted that lady was acting out on us, man. And for no reason. Talking about I was on her property. I was like, I'm standing in the street. Get your old ass out there. But that was like a month and a half ago. So stuff has gotten different since then, man. But anyway, man, forget them Karens, man. We on to some new stuff. So uh it's just been for me, I just been working, man. Really, like this chair, like I've been in this chair for so long. I had to actually buy this chair because the one that I had, man, just working from home all day, it's just been crazy, man. Been locked up in here, man. But uh, like I said, I got some videos. I've been actually recording with this. This is the Insta 360, and I've been learning this camera. It's kind of difficult, man. It's good, but it's difficult. So some of the stuff I still haven't got used to. And I got videos. I got like gigabytes of videos that I've uploaded over here. I just need to edit them and get them out. It's just been like such a crazy thing trying to get all this stuff together. Uh, Stay sane, stay grinding as far as working. Uh, Jeep Girl, I did her intro. I did Chaotic's intro. And like I said, man, if y'all trying to get intros, it might be a little hard right now, man. I'm still trying to get out there and get with people, but like, I'm gonna be honest with y'all, man. I was already kind of worried about, and then when my homeboy Rail got it, I was like, yeah, I'm gonna chill out because Demonology got it, Rail got it, and I was like, nah, and I think Rail got it the worst. I know Demonology was in the hospital too, but y'all know, I was talking to Rail and he was telling me what was going on, and I was just like, damn, bro, up. I was praying for him and everything. It was just like, he already uh, has been through a lot anyway. So to put that on top of it, mm-mm. And so, yeah, it's no joke. And I don't want to get none of my family members sick, man. My mom, my dad, and my sisters, brothers, nieces, nephews. I know they say that the children are mainly asymptomatic and they don't really get the symptoms like adults, but you still don't want to be around them and getting them sick if you got it and you don't know you got it. You said your friend is in the hospital now. He isn't doing too good. Yeah, and it seems like for males, I'm not really sure what it is, but we get it the worst for whatever reason. Like I think is I read something saying that males get it worse because the way our bodies fight off viruses and how we got certain zones, we protect, and so the virus can stay in that area for a lot longer than a female. So, nah, I mean, with Corona, you can go to the doctor or not go to the doctor. I mean, they can't really do too much for you, unfortunately. So if you get it, you got it, and you just got to fight it off. So that's the real scary part of it, man. So just gotta, be strong, and everybody on here talking about, well, take your vitamins, man. Get that shit out of here, man. you know, it ain't gonna do nothing for you, man. The best thing you can do is just take care of yourself, man. I know a lot of people be out here, still on the same old shit that they've been on, man. Just take care of yourself, man, and wear a damn mask. I know people say don't do this, do that. Man, it don't fucking matter. Like if you had an opportunity to, like, basically, if you had an opportunity, somebody told you, man, I got $50 over here. All you gotta do is do this. Would you do it? And for $50, yes, I would. Like I'll put a mask on for $50. If somebody said, okay, well, if I give you $50 and I might be able to help you live, would you do it? You're gonna say, yeah, man. So at the end of the day, it is your life. I can't tell you what to do, but I'll tell you what I'm gonna do. I'm gonna stay masked up. And I'm gonna stay, away from a lot of the stuff that I used to do, just because, I don't want to potentially get it. And even if it doesn't affect me, say I get it and I don't know I got it, and I give it to somebody that it does affect, that's gonna be with me for a long time. I don't know about y'all, but if I got somebody I love, sick just because I did something dumb and I could have prevented it, that's gonna hurt me, shoot, forever, basically. But at the end of the day, man, I really have been sitting back in the cut, man. I just been at the crib, been here. I've been, you gotta do shit. You gotta try to walk around. You gotta get out, drive, go to the grocery store. The other day, I had to go to the optometrist because your boy is big dumb sometimes, and I lost this contact lens. So I had to go sit in front of them. I'm sitting in, they got the little eye machine and you got to read the little chart. And I'm just sitting there like, please, nobody in here, please don't have it. And, I couldn't see. I was like this for a big minute. Big cyclops, one eye open, third eye blind. I was out there, man. But it said, G Girl says, yeah, but if you have unknown health problems, it makes it worse. Absolutely. Oh man, if you, it's nothing to play with, man. It's just nothing to play with. You don't know what can happen, so just be as protected as you can be. Like I say, man, if a lot of people out here, man, they keep a gun in the house, they keep a gun in their car. Like you may never use it, right? You may never use the gun, right? You may never have to hope and pray, but if that moment comes and somebody tests you and they wish that you would, you're gonna be happy you got it, right? So wear the mask. Just do it, man. Yeah, man. So I but this last week, man, Ford came out with the Bronco, and so y'all know my issues that I've had with my Ford, right? My Mustang. I haven't even told y'all everything. So what was it in March? What was it, the 8th? Right after the big showdown, my motor blew on my EcoBoost, right? So, fast forward now, I got a whole new motor. Ennis Ford hooked me up, so I'm not gonna, I'm gonna try to say what I can say, but I'm really appreciative for them because they got everything covered under warranty. They got a whole brand new engine, everything replaced for me. But there's a couple of things that have been creeping up, since then. So number one thing was the AC on my car mysteriously, went out after that. Dead ass summertime, your boy is sweating, 150,000 degrees. I'm not a small person anyway, so I need my AC. I finally got that fixed. I don't know how long that fix is gonna last, man. But shout out to my boy Jeff, Audio Zone. He hooked me up. He hooked me up with his boy across the street. I'm blanking on his name right now. The shop that's across the street from Audio Zone. And they took care of it. I've been to like 3, 4, 5 places. Even the Ford dealerships out here didn't want to touch my car. They were like, oh, well, it's gonna be this, it's gonna be a diagnostic fee, it's gonna be all this and that. I'm like, but the whole engine was just replaced under warranty. Man, I tried to go down to back to Innisford. So if y'all don't know, man, that's like 45 minutes to an hour from where I live, and I had to schedule it out because of the Rona. And it's just like it's taking too long. I can't be sitting here with no AC, so I just went to my boy. I had to pay out of my pocket, but from what I'm told, that new AC refrigerant is really expensive, and nobody out here really has it. So I had to go to my boy Jeff. Uh, and I'm blanking on. I think his name Adam. Adam, I had to go see Adam. And I can't remember the name of his shop, but he hooked me up, and he was telling me like why he was doing. He's like, bro, you're getting me because I'm not gonna make any money off of this. I was like, man, please, just I need AC. I'm dying out here, bro. Please. So I got the AC. AC has been fine since then. Let's see, like 2 or 3 weeks ago, went down to Austin, Texas. Their car was doing just fine, man. Hitting it. I was probably doing. I'm not gonna say because people might be watching, but we was getting it. The car was moving, and we was moving and grooving. And normally it takes like 3.5, maybe 4 hours to get to Austin, man. Let me tell you, we made it a whole lot quicker than that. And the last, I would say, like 10 miles before we got to where we were going to stay, check engine light came on, man. And I heard it before because if you drive your car, your spider sense is gonna be tingling. But the one of the manifold, I guess it's like a boost reference hose that's on there. It came loose, and I could hear air. Tss, I can hear boost coming out from a spot that normally is dead ass silent. And I heard it. I heard it on the highway, but I was like, man, we almost there. Let me get to where we going. And I was fine on the highway, but as soon as I started slowing down, getting on the service road, it started bucking and bronc, and it started being a Bronco. It was the car I'm finna talk about, but it started doing all type of stuff, and I was like, well, shit, I'm out of luck because I'm all the way away from home, and I don't know anybody else in Austin that can, fix the EcoBoost Mustang. Luckily, I found a Ford dealership out there. It's real small, but they were really accommodating. They had no people there. And as soon as I pulled up, I told them my situation. I'm like, man, I'm not from here. Da 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 da. This happened with the car before. I don't know what's going on now. I hear a boost leak somewhere. I can't find it myself. Help a brother out. And he was like, don't worry. They called their master mechanic, whoever, who apparently at that time of the day was at the crib chilling or something. He came up from home, took care of the issue, and he told me what the issue was. And I'm not gonna tell y'all what the issue is because, like I said, I had the whole engine replaced with no cost out of my pocket, uh, under warranty, and so I don't want to make it seem like it's a bad deal what happened. But I'll just let y'all kind of figure out, why I'm not telling y'all what happened. But anyway, so like I said, a couple issues crept up since then. It could have just been the car, was what I was thinking. But when this other issue happened and they told me exactly what happened, hmm. But anyway, man, Innisford, they still good people. My boy Greg down there, third degree, helped the brother out. And so I'll just leave it at that. But Ford announced the Bronco. And I know Jeep Girl, I don't know if you're looking, I don't know if you're still in here. You got your fire Jeep, but Ford came with the heat on the Bronco, man. And to be honest, this could have gone any other way. Like with Ford's latest launches, like the Mach 1, the Mustang, that well, it's not really a Mustang, it's like it's supposed to be like a Tesla, basically. It's an electric car. Um I'm still kind of up in the air on them calling it a Mustang. They could have just called it the Mach E or whatever they were going to call it. They didn't have to call it a Mustang, but I get why they did for branding reasons. That, but I'm still kind of 50-50 on that. I know a lot of people were really upset saying, why would you call it a Mustang? It's not a Mustang. It don't have a B date. It's not a Mustang. Really mad, really pissed off. But for me, I'm just like, all right, it looks nice. If it doesn't fall apart, I'm sold, and that's my whole thing with Ford. It's like Ford's either you get a good one or you get a bad one. There's no in between. And for me, apparently, I got a bad one. But from what I'm seeing, especially with the AC issues, Mustangs, the new body styles from 2015 and up have all had AC issues. Period. Point blank. The condensers fail, the compressors fail. There's leaks, and then, like I said, the refrigerant in them is really expensive. So, Ford just kind of got you on that one. Got him. But the rest of it, like my mother-in-law, she has a Escape, and she's had zero issues. And so I'm like, I don't know, and I've had Ford. Well, not me personally, but my family has owned Fords before, and we've had good, I guess you say luck now because um, outside of them being generally, and I know it's gonna piss off a lot of Ford people, aside from them being cheap, there's really not too much wrong with them. Like I said, there's not too many common issues. There's a lot of recalls. Apparently, they can't figure out how to make their cars not roll away. So the latest Ford Explorer has had recall issues right off the bat. What's the Lincoln Continental? I know they don't make that no more. Had recall issues, and then the Aviator, which is I think based off of the Explorer, if I'm not correct, has a lot of issues. I know somebody who has one, and they cannot park it in their garage because the car, or I should say SUV, will roll backwards. And I'm like, what do you mean roll backwards? So they have the little electronic parking thing, and you put it in park, you can get out, the car is not moving, solid. Then you go in the house, whatever, and then in the morning, and he showed pictures of this. In the morning, you come back to the car is at the end of the driveway. What? And he had to take it there like 3 or 4 times for them to actually be able to fix it. And this is my thing with Ford. Ford is not going to sell you a complete car. You're going to have to go to the service department a couple of times for them to fix all the stuff that's wrong on the car before you get the car that you actually paid for. So after about 5 or 6 trips to the Ford dealership, with recalls and fixes and stuff like that, warranty issues, you got you a pretty solid car. The car is what you paid for at that point. But like I said, I'm not here to piss off a lot of Ford fans, but my experience has not been great. So I don't want y'all. I'm biased, actually, clearly, because if my car had been perfect from day one, I'd be like, you know what, this is, good on Ford. But so it is what it is. My experience is gonna be different from yours. Don't have too big a fit, but the Bronco, when they released it, they've been trying to release it for so long. Obviously, the Corona delayed everything. They were going to, I think one of the car shows earlier in January was supposed to actually have the Bronco reveal. Then that got pushed back, and then it got pushed back, and now they finally revealed it. But the prototypes and the ones that was on the actual reveal video, those look perfect. I mean, just have asked for them to do anything better than what they've already done. The fact that you can customize it right off the showroom floor, the fact that they're going to have all these accessories available, the fact that you can buy a base model 2-door or 4-door Bronco and get like the Sasquatch package, which is like the big wheels, the lift kit, the fact that they all come with 4-wheel drive. They have basically the 7 speed, or it's really a crawl gear. So it's like a 6 speed, regular 6 speed manual, but then you have a low crawl gear that is good for off-roading, stuff like that. So the only thing that and this is going to sound contradictory because I bought an EcoBoost Mustang, the only thing that I'm kind of wishing that they did was have a V8. I'm like, they should have had like a top level V8 trim on top of everything that they had. And so BB78 says, my girl got an EcoBoost with no issues for 2 years. No issues. Man, like I said, you either get a really good one or you get the 728 special apparently, man. Like I said, at first I was just chalking it up. Like I said, I still don't know 100%, man. So I could be way off base. Like I said, I bought a used car, so that comes with the unknowns, right? And then the whole engine had to be replaced, and so that comes with more unknowns because the person that put it in, they could have had a bad day, right? So you basically get a brand new built car. So, but some of the other things about the interior being, the Mustang interior is not really that nice. It's really kind of cheap, but it looks okay from a distance. But you start touching stuff or just driving, there's little squeaks and squiggles and stuff is really cheap. And I was really mad. I'm gonna tell you, like I said, I'm not a small person. Y'all see my videos. Y'all know your boy not small, but the cool seats in the Mustang are fucking worthless. They do not do anything. Like they make noise. There's air moving, but they barely get cool. And I'm like, what is the point? Why'd I pay for this? I could have got a base, but whatever. And then I noticed on the Bronco, at least the 4-door pictures that they showed on the big Bronco, they don't have that option at all. There's no cool seats, and it's probably because you can take the doors off and the roof off. So the way that the cool seats work in the Mustang is that there's two fans. There's one in the back and there's one in the seat cushion, and they just recirculate the air that's in the car. So the regular AC has to work for them to actually push cool air to your buttocks. So if you put it in a Bronco and you take the doors off and there's no AC and you got cool seats, they're not really going to do anything but blow hot air on your ass. So I imagine that's why they don't have it on the Bronco. I know like the Explorer and other vehicles have it, and from what I've been told on the Explorer, they're a lot better than they are on the Mustang. So maybe they have bigger fans, maybe they have a cooling element in there somewhere. But my car, they don't. It's like a midget blowing on you, man. It's just not comfortable at all. But like I said, you can get a good Ford, you can get a bad Ford. I don't know. And Michael Corleone says Ford does have a lot of recalls. Yep, first on recall day that's what FORD means, right? And then he says they make more money at the service department than selling cars. That's true. That's true about a lot of. That's true about all car dealerships. Actually, they get you with the oil change package, your your maintenance plan in with your 72-month loan 0% that they sucker you into. You know what I'm saying? So it's not just them. But I haven't seen a Ford service department that's ever been empty. I went to the Ford dealership out here in what is that, Frisco, whatever that garbage. I mean, I'm not gonna call them garbage. They were pretty nice, but I had to leave them because my boy Greg was hooking me up. Mr. Old School Rider, you getting yours in OJ White? Yeah, man. You got to cruise down. What was that highway that OJ was on in LA, man? You got to cruise down that, man. All 20 squad cars behind you. And funny fact though, Ford was gonna do the reveal before that. It was his birthday though, and they were like, "Nah, we, nope, not gonna get us with that one. No, 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 no." So they first they said they weren't gonna move it from that date, and then they did. So oh well, it would have been fun for the memes to see them go ham on that. But yeah, so big Bronco. I'm not. I looked at the Bronco Sport, and that might actually work for a lot of people. But I feel like they brought the Bronco back, and I think most people are gonna want the big Bronco. Like you're gonna want the big one. You're gonna want the one, even at the very minimum. I've seen the ones without the big wheels and just the regular wheel package, and they still look good. They still look good, and I think Jeep should be a little bit worried because what up, Debo? Yeah, man, I'm back. I never left, bro. Just because you ain't see me don't mean I ain't see you. You know what I'm saying? So I'm always here, in the shadows lurking. But yeah, so they brought back the Bronco, and even the base trim Bronco with just regular wheels and not the big Sasquatch package. Um, it looks good, and then they start at around $30,000, so you can get just a regular Bronco, 2 door, roof, top, everything comes off for around $30,000. Yes, yeah, Jeep is definitely in trouble because if you go look at it, Jeeps on the lot, man, they asking like 40, $50,000 just for a regular like Wrangler. Not even the little truck they got. The truck that they have, dealerships are still putting markup. Like they're still asking over sticker, and I'm like, why? Like, what are you doing? And I'm like, and I think the small Bronco is probably gonna eat their market as far as the Jeep Renegade. Because let's be honest, the Jeep Renegade is grade A garbage. I mean, if you own one, I'm sorry for you because they are trash, bro. They are really trash. They're just rebadged Fiats. Yeah, so VX Ferrari, the first run of the 4 door Broncos are sold out. I think there's still a run of the 2 door, but that's probably going to be sold out here shortly too. So a Jeep Gladiator, how much does a Jeep Gladiator cost? Let's see. Without them hitting you over the head at the dealership. So starts at 33.5, 45, and it's not including like destination stuff. And then a Jeep Gladiator Overland with 4x4. It says $40,395. So yeah, yeah. Nope. I mean, it's a different vehicle because it's like a truck light. It has a truck bed, but I mean, come on, 10 G's over. Yeah, they missed it, man. They missed it big time. You still can't get like a V8 in it, and I know they've been teasing that they did that concept, the Jeep with the V8. Of course, Jeep or Chrysler or what are they now? They just got bought out again. They're not even FCA anymore. Um, what's the state? It's something with an S. Yeah, Rubicon Gladiator can hit you, bust you upside the head for over $70,000, and it don't even have a Hellcat motor. I'm out. Nope, no sir, not even a little bit. You gonna keep that on the lot. I mean, and they don't even look that good, man. Honestly, it's something about it just don't look right to me. And I still, for the longest period of time, I can't figure. I don't know if that bed is too small or if it's just too long looking or something. But and I know a lot of people wanted this. People have been asking for Jeep to do this for a long time. So I'm sure the Jeep people that only buy Jeeps are like, that's what I want. That's like top tier creme de la creme. That's what they want. So they're gonna get it anyway. But for $70,000, no, 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 no. He no here, no, no. But Bronco, like I said, starts at 30. The small one starts a little bit around that too, but they come standard with 4-wheel drive. And then you can add like the packages as you want. They don't really have it set up, at least right now. I know the first allotment sold out, but you can get kind of whatever you want and then go from there. And to me, like I said, this is just me. This is boy 728's opinions, nobody else's. But to me, the Bronco looks better. I think the problem is that Jeep, we've seen Jeep since 1970. I wasn't even born in the 70s, and I still seen the same Jeep. Like it's been the same for forever, for as long as I've been alive, and I know at least as long as a lot of other people have been alive. It's been the same thing, and you can say, well, the Broncos just a new version of the same old thing that was old before, and so yeah, you can say that. But to me, the way that they designed it, the way that they have this kind of, it's like a future retro vibe going on. It reminds me of how Land Rover kind of does kind of the same thing all the time, but they'll throw in like future elements, and the proportions on the Bronco just look better to me. And like I said, to me, as a guy who owns an EcoBoost Mustang, the only thing that I'm disappointed about is that there's no V8. I think that it would have been cool to have a V8 for the Bronco. The 2.7 liter twin turbo V6 is a beast, 400 pound feet of torque at a 2.7 liters. Obviously, there's two turbos strapped to it, but it's not bad. It's definitely enough to get you, where you need to be going. I bet that it's probably why they just decided to go that route. On top of the fact that I'm pretty sure they have fuel economy targets and emissions and all this other regulations and stuff like that. So I understand why they didn't do a V8, but it still would have been cool to see a Coyote, or at least hear a Coyote under the hood of a Bronco. Um, because to be honest, these EcoBoost motors, they all sound like ass, man. That's why I haven't done anything to mine. That's why I'm not gonna change up the exhaust or anything. Once you start making them louder than what they are, stock, they just sound pitiful, man. They just sound horrible. So Debo, you say it's too small. Should have been a full size. Uh, yeah, but they don't really have a full size platform. I mean, I know they could do it on like the truck platform that they have, but that would have cost them way more money. FCA ain't trying to spend no money. They're gonna take the same platforms that they already got and just do little minor tweaks here and there. To do a full size Jeep platform that they don't have right now would have cost them a whole lot of money. And so, they'd rather hit you over the head at the dealership, 70K for the same thing you've been buying before. Uh, but that's another rant I got, man. I know like the horsepower stuff is cool, and the Chargers and Challengers, but we've been seeing these same cars for forever. The Durango, yeah, but they can't reuse. See, the problem with the Jeep truck is that 80% of it is reused. Like they reuse the doors, they reuse the front clip, they reuse basically everything up front until you get to that truck bed. The only thing they had to spend money on was the truck bed. They reused everything. I think the only thing that they done differently is the truck bed. It's basically a little bit longer than the standard like Wrangler, Rubicon, stuff like that. And they reuse the same front and rear doors because everybody's been saying, well, why is there a cut in the back door? It's because it's the same door from the Wrangler you've been buying before. They just made it a little bit longer, put a truck bed on it. Boom, there you go. Charge 40,000. Charge 70,000 is what they charging at the dealerships, but they didn't really have to put too much money into doing that. And if you switch it over to a whole different platform, now you gotta either make it wider or taller. You gotta change the front clip because the front clip's not gonna fit, and then you gotta get it all the way certified all over again. I know they probably still use the same engines. They're using the 3.6 for forever. They have a new diesel, which the diesel costs so much money to get, and it's just like why. And so I'm glad that Ford is kind of in the space now. Maybe Jeep will come down on some of their prices and make these things a little bit more affordable to regular people. Um, and I'm not even talking about putting all the lift kits and all that extra stuff on, man. I'm just talking about just buying this thing straight from the dealership. And it's just like, why do these things cost so much? And then you look at used ones and they go for almost as much as new ones. And it's like, so maybe a little competition will shake that up a little bit. I know it's not good for them, but it's good for us, the consumer, like to have that good old competition, man. Bring them prices down a little bit because the rent is too damn high on these Jeeps. So I'm glad that Ford came out the gate swinging. They got the whole off-road thing covered. They got the goat mode on the little selector that you can switch through all the different terrain settings and the 4x4 stuff, which I'm gonna be honest with you, I don't know too much about going off road, but that looked cool enough to me to say, all right. And then I'm pretty sure on road is probably not gonna drive like these Wranglers, and they've gotten better, but they drive horribly on the road, man. I know you gotta do it like you can buy different packages and get them to feel a little bit better on road, but hopefully the Bronco drives a little bit better on road. Um, and like I said, the only thing that I wish they would have did was put a V8 in the Bronco. Could have put a V8 in the OJ Bronco, so he can get away from all these haters. The 2.3, the 2.3 that's in the Bronco is going to be the same one that's in the Ranger. So it's not the same one that's in the Mustang that I have. It's a little bit, it's slightly beefed up. Still got the same pistons, rods, stuff like that. Is why it doesn't have as much horsepower, but um, the location of certain accessories and the way that they have it set up, it's basically the Focus RS motor and block with a little bit extra strengthening in certain places. So it should be pretty stout. Like I said, with aside from mine blowing up, I do like the 2.3. It's got a lot of torque, like right off the bat, and it doesn't really feel like you're driving a four cylinder. A lot of four cylinders with turbos still feel like four cylinders. The 2.3 feels if I don't want to say it feels V8ish because it doesn't, but it does. It's just really weird how the torque hits you all at once, and it's real smooth. But like I said, the ones that are in Mustangs without them being the RS, the performance version of it, they kind of weak though because they will blow up on you. So be careful. But the one that's in the Ranger and the one that will be in the Bronco should be a pretty stout motor. Shouldn't blow up too much aside from it, having a Ford badge on it. But like I said, I got my out as far as how I feel about Ford right now. But with the Bronco, and especially with it being a COVID situation, this could have been real cheesy. Their video could have been real like markety and real fluff and real BSy, but it came across as like they did their homework to go after Jeep specifically to like shank them, like just real quick, just shake them. And like they're really trying to take that market. And so they did their homework, all the stuff that you can do with it, all the accessories that'll be available right off the bat. The fact that you get the tire package, the off-road package, you get everything from the factory, which is real funny because they have those Goodyear Wrangler tires, but they don't say Wrangler on the outside. They made it a point to turn the tires inside, so it says Wrangler where you're not going to be able to see it. They don't want any type of correlation with Jeep or anything like that on the tire part. So it's kind of petty, but it's also kind of funny at the same time. But they did their homework. If they nail the actual part of assembling these cars with quality and not having a big recall right off the bat, like they did for the Explorer, the brand new Explorer, like they did for the brand new Aviator and the Lincoln Continental and all these other cars that they've been just kind of shitting out and having issues with. And I'm not even going to get into that EcoSport garbage, but in the fact that they killed off all their cars. But if you kill off all your cars, you damn sure better make sure you nail the truck that you bring out. So I think they did it, but we still need to wait till next year when these things are actually out and about to see. V8 Ferrari, Ford has transmission problems in lots of cars. Yeah, so Ford really does have transmission issues. Um, Even in the 10 speed that I have, the 10 speed was co-developed with GM. So it's proven to be pretty good. It still has issues once you start going up in power levels. So a lot of the Coyote guys are having to replace the clutches um, with stronger. stronger clutches, stuff like that. But I'm talking about way up in power. So the 10 speed is pretty stout, and even the Camaro guys are doing the same. So it's not like it's a Ford issue with that transmission. But I have heard that the transmission logic, which is separate between GM and separate between Ford, the GM logic is way better. So in their cars and their trucks, the programming that was developed by GM specifically for their version of the 10 speed is way better. And I understand that Ford's is not as good. And from my experience driving mine with the 10 speed, it it's like 90% of the way there. Like it's certain instances where it has a hiccup and it's hard to kind of like replicate it. It's just it what I'm really happy that it does is that you would think that a 10 speed transmission would be shifting and hunting a lot. It doesn't do that. And so they nailed that part of it. And then when you mash your foot down, you would think, okay, well, like 10 on the highway and you want to pass and you mash your foot down, it's got to go through a whole lot of gears to get to where you want to go, right? But no, it knows what gear it's supposed to be in, and it's almost as I don't want to say it's as fast as the dual clutch, but you guys know I had my last car had a dual clutch transmission. It it doesn't make me miss having a dual clutch, and as fast as that transmission was, this one is almost it is almost as good. But it's little weird things with the transmission sometimes here and there that it's like yeah, it's still a Ford, and I know that they had issues with their dual clutch transmission that they designed and developed on their own that they're recalling because so many people have had issues with it. And yes, they have big transmission issues, worse than Hyundai. I How do you let Hyundai and Kia build a better dual clutch transmission than you? Like I know I had previous coworkers that had the dual clutch. I think it was like is it the I think it was in the Focus in the Fiesta or just the Fiesta, but it was bad. Like like I said earlier, their transmission issues. The guy that I know, his car would just roll on down the driveway, park it, put it in park, put the parking brake on. Nope. Truck is like, nah, I'm out of here, bro. I'm gonna head out. Surprising they didn't make special labeled tires like the Demon. I don't know. I don't think they had to. I know, depending on their contract, and let's rewind all the way back. Ford is cheap. Ford is not going to spend any money on stuff like special label tire. They're just rather at the factory, turn them inside out. There you go. Yes, so it was the Focus. Okay, so yeah, your buddy has a Focus that has one of those bad transmissions. Yeah, so they're recalling those after years and years and years of blaming the consumer, saying that they weren't used to how dual clutches work, or it was their fault that the dual clutches weren't shifting properly, or that they were. I think the biggest issue was like if you're stopped on a dual clutch because you have two clutches and not a torque converter, it has to slip the clutch to get you to go forward. And in my GTI, it was perfect. It was a slight delay. It definitely doesn't feel like a torque converter automatic, but in my GTI, it was perfect. That was damn near perfect as you can get. But in Fords, apparently either it would slip or it wouldn't creep. So if you're sitting at a light and you know how we normally do, you might come off the brake a little bit to move forward. Those transmissions would just sit in neutral. And then I think they tried to come back and program it to creep, but that just made the issue worse because I don't think those were a wet clutch setup. I think those were a dry clutch setup. Again, Ford is cheap. They want to save money. And of course, Hyundai did it the right way. They did a wet clutch setup. Volkswagen did a wet clutch setup. I think Porsche PDK wet clutch as well. A lot of the Volkswagen stuff, Audi stuff, wet clutch. So they do it the right way. You can creep. You can also when you just unexpectedly mash the gas to get out of you know say you're a red light or traffic's coming or you need to just hit a hole. It'll it'll get the clutch perfect so you can get out the way. Not so much on these Fords. If you were turning the wheel or if you were trying to accelerate, it was just free wheel. It would just it'll rev up and you were not going anywhere and you're sitting in front of traffic and you were scared for your life. So apparently after years and years of having these horrible transmissions, they recalled a whole bunch of them. I don't know if they're going to fix them. They're probably just going to, put a band-aid on it. But Marco, you said Ford messed up with the Bronco. Tell me why, bro. VX Ferrari. Looking up my buddy's transmission problems, I read some Focus ST guys have installed multiple transmissions. So that's weird because um, I don't know of too many Focus ST manual transmissions, but I'm not really in the Focus ST group, so to know. But that's crazy. I know that the Mustang guys with the manuals, the MT82, the shifter linkage, and the forks and everything being Chinese made. I know people want to say that it's the Chinese made part of it, but at the end of the day, Ford could put better components in there if they wanted to spend the money to do so, and they just didn't. On the 2018s and up, they're supposed to be a little bit stronger, but they still have issues. So you can second, third, and have that nice little crunch going on. Hey, that's why I didn't get a manual. I think the car I got would be real fun with a manual, but 10 speed all the way, baby. 10 speed. I didn't look back. It feels good. My car reminds me of a. I know it's probably gonna like again piss off some people, but it reminds me of like a modern day Japanese, like a Sylvia, kind of like a. It just has that feeling like it's a turbo four. Kind, it's not light, but it's kind of light compared to a Challenger and everything else that's out there. I think it's like 35, almost 3,600 pounds in the premium trim that I have because I got all the bullshit that doesn't work, like the cool seats and stuff like that. But mine's a little bit heavy, but it reminds me of those type of cars because it feels kind of light to drive. Uh, it handles pretty good, and outside of me still having issues with traction, I'm like I'm not making that much power. Like, why does it have traction issues? But Mustang crowds. As soon as it sees some people on the side of the road, that's where it wants to go. Let's see, VX Ferrari. I work for Nissan, and they also had, bruh, yeah, Nissan for real, for real. And I feel bad for Nissan because it's not entirely their fault. Nissan and Renault, they've partnered. They've been together for like 10 years now, I think. And before then, Nissan used to make really, really good cars. They still had a couple of transmission issues. Even Honda was notorious for transmission issues, but I felt like they made better cars, and now their cars are not what they used to be, man. Ask anybody with an Altima. Yeah, that Getrag is made in China, man. And it's not to say that it's bad because it's made in China. It's just bad because Ford didn't put the right components in it to hold up. So it's tough. If you got a manual, you might, like I said, a Ford, you might get a good one, you might get a bad one, and it's just a lot of people are getting bad ones on that front. With the 10R80 so far, so good. And so I believe that the Bronco on I think all well, so on the 2.7, the 10R80 is standard, but I'm not sure if it's the version that goes into the F-150 or if it's the version that goes. I'm pretty sure it's probably going to be the version that goes into. I think the Ranger has one. If I'm not for sure, I have to look that up. So it might be the same, it might not be, but I don't think that you'll have any issues with that. Same on the 2.3. The 2.3 can come with the manual or the 10 speed. As cool as the manual sounds, I don't know, given the fact that Ford has had their issues with transmissions, if it's a good idea to get the manual. As cool as it is with the crawler gear and having a manual, don't know if it's a good idea. Yet to be seen. Like I said, from my perspective, the way that they did the launch, the way they rolled out all the accessories, the way that they thought the whole vehicle through from scratch, from the tire up, I think they knocked it out of the park. But like I said, next year when these actually come off the assembly line is going to be the true test of, like, are these good or not? And so I'm glad y'all hung in here with me. I didn't really want to be in here for almost an hour, but it looks like I'm coming up on an hour. So thank you so much, guys, for watching. Everybody who left a thumbs up, I appreciate it. I'm still alive, I'm still here. I want to try to get some more videos out. I was editing one before this, and it had some issues. It pissed me off. I was like, I'm just gonna go live. Forget it. So yeah, man. I'll catch y'all in the next video, man. Peace.